Alright, welcome back everyone to another episode of John Brown Disc Golf TV. We've got the back nine of round one Woodstack Open here. We got Jason Van Proyen leading the way at 5 under, Josh right behind at 4 down. Keeghan and James are tied at 2 under par, looking to get right on these last 9 holes. We finished on hole 12, so we're here on hole 13. It's going to be the big par 5 out here. One of my favorite holes, honestly. Josh is going to be leading us off. Looks like the rain is starting to come in a little bit, but that's not going to stop Josh from going for all of it.
Well, it goes with the roller.
Yeah, didn't quite get the distance he was hoping to get off, I'm sure.
I know my goal on this hole is throw a big backhand hyzer and you want to finish a little bit left and try to get out towards that corner.
Ooh, that's too much turn.
Right.
It's going to be a tough shot with the Mando up there. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
You're good. There is that Mando.
Yes, exactly. So definitely pays to finish left. Wow, there might be a headwind going on because these guys are going way too far to the right.
He's not. Yeah, I thought he was
She's
going
going.
to see where his was going.
Keeghan hopefully can play the adjustment. This looks like a lot better shot, but it still needs to get around that.
There you go.
And you can see that Mando up there, the white sign.
That's the shot.
That's a great shot.
Yeah, great shot there.
Ooh,
Josh trying that roller again.
I think he missed the Mando.
Otherwise, great.
I've seen that he has a great roller, but I question that play. And from way to the right, Jason's playing a forehand to just try and get past the Mando. And really, I mean, if you're anywhere past the Mando on your second shot, you've got a shot to the basket. It
Definitely.
might be a little longer than you hope for, but
I want to say, my guess is it's probably
Keeghan just forehand
exactly. He had the best drive, but he's playing the simplest upshot. Not going for anything too crazy.
No, just get out into the open.
And Josh going with the roller again. This one looks a lot better than the last. We'll see where that finished. And this is going to be Jason's third shot. Looks like he's going with a roller too.
Didn't see the finish on that one.
Yeah. Here's James with a big forehand. A little short of the pin, but after his first drive, that's... If I'm putting from there for birdie after that, that's pretty much all you can hope for.
Definitely.
You alright?
Keeghan
Oh,
looks
slipped.
like he slips there.
Hopefully he's all right.
Oh, and it's rolling.
Still got some distance.
You gotta look. Yeah.
Looks like he wanted to take a nap instead.
Commitment, that's what it is.
It's a long day of disc golf.
Jason taking the back door here?
Yeah, he ended up pretty far to the right, kind of close to the path, so that is probably the easiest option.
Looks like he might have caught a tree there.
And Josh going to go on the other side of these trees with the forehand. Oh, unfortunate low-hanging branch. He can run this, but it slopes quite a bit more than the camera leads it to look.
Definitely scary.
Lining it up, I think he's going to try and put this one in.
It's definitely running it. Ooh, just a little
That
short.
was brave.
See what the hill did to that.
Yeah, in 3 rounds, I think I saw probably like 5 people's upshot or putt roll away. James, what a putt.
Big putt.
Is that for his birdie? Wow.
That was a big bird.
After the drive, put him in an awkward spot. Well done. hiding behind the Christmas tree. I think this is Jason. Yeah, there's the hat. This is your everyday putt, ladies and gentlemen. A layup from underneath the branches. Keegan's got a sizable putt here with that downhill slope.
Gave it a little run there.
You have to at least draw medal, and he did that there, so nothing to worry about too much. And it looks like Josh didn't roll away too far after giving that long putt a bid, but a little right on there.
It's an unusual air ball there from
Yeah,
Josh.
after we'd seen him kind of banging him out from inside the circle.
There we go.
Oof.
It's
a rough hole. I mean, yeah, I could believe any score between 3 and 8 on this hole.
Yeah, I'd say the average is probably got to be over par.
I would say so, yeah.
6 to 7.
Yeah. Alright, a little bit of a rough hole for some guys, but let's move into hole 14. This is going to be a hole that finishes off to the right. You've got a Mando left about halfway down the fairway, and this is another basket on a really slope green. James is going to show us the way, though. Looks like
a pretty easy routine forehand.
Yep, that's what he's going to do. Although it looks like this one stood up quite a bit on him.
Definitely wide.
He's probably just going to have to play an upshot. I think most our cards probably going to go with a forehand here.
I think you want to stay low and get that skip
exactly,
up to the bottom
Keeghan
of the hill.
right here.
Just like that.
Well done. And here we have our third forehand. This one's a little too low and kind of gets an anti-skip off the slope of the hill. And we're 4 for 4 on forehands, it would seem.
Josh, a little higher. Looks like that's going to sit there nice.
Gonna have a good opportunity there. The thing with this hole is, I mean, even if your drive happens to land right near the basket, it's all likely going to roll away if you threw a forehand.
Yes.
And this green is so precarious, I actually did like my first layup inside of 30 feet in a long, long time. Because I was perfectly like parallel with the hill, and I knew if I missed it in any way, it was going to roll away.
Yes.
And then, of course, everyone on my card made big putts for 2, so I'm like, here I am laying up for 3.
Right. James has sat down for him.
I think this is going to be Josh's 2 bid. Nice putt. It's a good birdie to get.
That's what you want to do on this hole.
Oh, looks like we almost had some same time action go on right there. Nice putt, Jason.
Cleans
Keeghan.
up par.
Keegan looking to do the same.
Yep. Bird.
Great shot.
Nice bird there, Keeghan.
See, if I was that close, I wouldn't be laying up. Alright, looks like 1 birdie and 3 pars. It's going to bring us to hole 15, shortest hole on the course. The only danger here is that pond lurking right behind the basket, which is, of course, placed on a slope. And now the rain's really starting to come down. Making for slippery conditions. Going to have to do a little double take here.
Good stop there.
Looks like a Nova, and this is a perfect Nova hole, if you ask me.
Sit down there for him.
Chill out. So
There we go.
it's going to be the water that's OB here, not this little fence line that they've got. So
I would definitely rather be putting uphill to this basket.
oh, every day.
Don't want to leave it short if you want your birdie. Roll out
A little bit
there.
of English. Ah.
That's going to be a scary putt there.
It looked like James was going to leave this short, but he ends up hitting the pole. Jason looking to follow suit.
What are we going to see here, folks?
Go in. Go in. Oof.
Ooh,
Just
great
foot too
run.
short. These are scary putts.
Definitely.
I feel like 2/3 of the baskets here are placed on slopes like this. Wow.
Slow-mo, Josh. The great putt.
Never a doubt, right in the heart. Nice putt there. Way to get right after the little bit of the putting catastrophe on the par 5. Getting that confident stroke back. And Jason with a pretty similar putt, hoping to have similar results. I left it a little short right.
Sat down for him, though.
Oh.
Keeghan just a little low. James with a drop-in bird there.
2 birds, 2 pars. I would say more often than not, it's probably going to be about 3, maybe even 4 guys. It's a common star frame. Still, nobody went OB.
Yes.
Can't be kicking themselves too badly. It's going to bring us to hole 16. We got another par 4. You got to get over this pond to start out with. Distance isn't going to be the problem. If you do catch early cabbage, though, it could drop you right in. And really pick your poison. You can throw backhand, forehand, turnover, pure hyzer. And Josh is leaning heavy on the roller, and that wanted to go further.
James with a big hyzer.
Great shot, as long as it comes back in. There is OB on the right. You can see the flags.
Definitely was a little right. Looks like he's safe, though.
Being that far to the right, you do get that nice, easy backhand hyzer around the big trees up to the basket, though.
Right.
And Keegan's going to be in a really, really good spot.
That's a crush.
Hanging out with the guys on the par 5.
Jason going with the roller here.
I cannot believe how many rollers we're seeing. Oh, wow. This is such a good one. Up on the flat. Hope you got that on camera.
Josh got pinched off from that tree a little.
Yeah, and having to play up the slope for the last little bit of it does make that upshot a little bit more difficult.
Looks like it worked out for him, though.
Keeghan from the flat left side definitely let that one slip up too high. Hits a branch and drops straight down. I didn't get to see who threw this.
That was
And that was
James.
James. And Tyler and Sierra. All around great people.
Jason here after that great drive.
After that tremendous roller. That's the closest I think I've seen anybody get on this hole. And I think that was his bird effort. That was more of a layup, though. And I think this is going to be Josh for a 3. Just outside the circle. Oh, and just a little too low. Still got a little bit of the swirly winds going on.
Yeah, he puts it in for bird.
How can you not after a drive like that?
Crush. Keeghan cleans up par.
As does Josh.
And James should do the same here. Yep.
Oh,
that
birdie.
was bird.
After that quick shot.
Yeah, he just threw that shot
Yeah,
so
no
fast.
kidding. Didn't even know who it was. Anyway, hole 17. It's going to be another par 3. I think almost everyone is going to play a backhand hyzer here, at least the right-handers. Only thing you got to worry about is these branches or connecting on one of the trees right there. But if that leaked forward a little bit, he's going to have a decent opportunity.
Most of the time, guys are probably throwing a mid-range off this.
Yep. I think I went mid-range 2 out of 3 rounds, and then I think I stepped it up to fairway when it was a little windier. This looks like a mid-range out of Jason's hand.
Good shot.
Yep.
Still a tad short.
I think the best way to play it is get in front of those 2 trees on the right coming in on the hyzer. That being said, you bring the deep OB into the equation, but...
Right.
Ooh. That was fortunate to kick back inbounds, though. If that comes straight down, he's playing with not that much distance and a penalty stroke.
The ability to left.
Keeghan with a high hyzer there.
Caught a little branch. Looked like it had a little backspin, too. And that was an unfortunate hit from the tree. Hoping to get up there for a pretty easy par, and the tree says not today. Keeghan from a little short, hoping to put in the 2. Oh,
No, there was no
wind might have got underneath that. That looked like it got lofty as soon as it left his hand. James with a nice connection for his birdie putt there. Moving him to 6 under par, I would say he has bounced back nicely from that slow start. Found the putt. He's happy. And Josh to save a 3. Little high. Wouldn't you love to live in one of these houses right here?
Oh, definitely.
Beautiful disc golf course right in your backyard.
Good putt.
Anyway, that's going to bring us to hole 18. It's going to be a par 4 that has an OB area on the right that is very possible to kick into, but you do not get a penalty stroke. You re-tee, and it's just going to be your second shot. And I think you might have caught an early tree there. Looks like it didn't kick OB, though. And not to mention, you've also got these flags running on the left side, which are also OB.
Right. That's
Jason
what you want.
filleted it.
Straight down the middle.
Everything you want and more. There's going to be one last Mando to contend with, but I think he should be fine. This is drifting right.
Say the truth, I thought you were literally ducking down to get up.
I think I just saw it rolling in the grass right there. Stayed in bounds, but it's going to be a bit of a tricky upshot. And Josh is going for a play that I see pretty frequently, but I just don't like the percentages on it. He's going up and over these low-hanging branches right here, but he does it very well. Is this another roller? I want to believe that was another roller.
He goes after those rollers.
I love it. I need to get some lessons from him. Keeghan is bringing that Mando into play. I think he may have missed it. It is a Mando right.
It was between us and the pole, so I believe that you.
Yeah, I think they're discussing this right now. And it looks like James ended up in a pretty good spot. This is going to be a pretty routine hyzer up shot. And I think this is Josh's second shot.
I think so. He's got to
It's a
come
good
around
drive.
that. Definitely. Got to come around that Mando a
Yeah.
little bit there. She does.
Had to swing it out wider than I'm sure he wanted to, but he gets some good leftward action there. And Jason's center cut drive leaves him with a pretty
Come on. Skip, skip, skip.
routine
Yeah,
upshot
look
if
at
I've
that.
ever seen one.
Even
Nice
though
little
skip
slide
taps.
up there. Looks like he's inside 20 feet. Maybe even 15. And they must be saying Keeghan didn't miss the Mando. Tough to tell.
Gives it a run.
Always makes for an awkward putt when you've got things on your back like that. Unfazed though, nice putt. And Josh gets a good birdie. And I'm pretty sure Jason's about to do the same right here.
You got
Drop.
Jason putting it in.
Yeah. Dropping him to 6 under par.
It's right there with James now.
That's going to bring us to hole 1. We started on hole 4 for this card, so hole 3 will be our finishing hole. Par 4 with OB on the left. It's got another one of those shared roughs with, I believe, hole 5. And there is going to be a Mando left towards the right side of the fairway.
Uh-oh. Keep down.
Jason with the backhand. Looked like that was fading a bit to the left, but I think it stayed in bounds. James is also going to go with the backhand.
Great shot.
Can't see it, but I'm hearing great shot, and I see it finish right there in what is certainly a great spot. Nice shot there, Mr. Phipps.
See if Josh can follow suit here.
Do you think he's going to throw a roller?
I believe that is the disc.
Not this time.
No.
Great turnover shot, though. This is going to finish perfectly.
And,
If you can
You're the
end
only
it-
one that
end
kept it
there
in
every
view.
time, do it. You're going to have a good opportunity to get your 3.
Coming back. Mine was in.
Keeghan let
That was
that
coming
one
back.
go up a little high.
Oh, that one.
And it looked like it was drifting right, but it might come back. Oh, and it does.
Keeghan.
Nice. Well done. Oh, further than that disc right there. And yes, he was either barely in bounds or he went OB and he had to take his meter in because he was very close to the edge of that rough.
He was.
And look at this cluster of discs right here. This is the place to be. And a tremendous upshot. Making the game look easy.
Get some. Get some.
James
Going.
running it.
Ooh.
Oh. Keeghan there.
With a quick little forehand up. Everybody's got an opportunity to get the birdie here. I think that's me kind of wandering off in the background there. In my own little world. On my least favorite hole. Keeghan makes a nice putt. Oh, what?
Oh, wow.
That doesn't go in if I do that. You think that basket, James.
There we go. He gives her a little tap.
And Josh gets his birdie there as well. I think that's going to be 3 birdies, 1 par. Bringing us to hole 2. It's going to be one of the few kind of wooded holes out here. Finishes off a little bit to the right, and as is the fashion, the basket is on a pretty decent slope. I know this hole was aced last year by Dominic Griffin. Shout out to him, good ace.
Yes.
And shout out to the mystery 2 guys who aced while we were on hole 11 here. James goes with an overhand thumber, but definitely lets it get a little too far to the left. Hits a tree. Kind of just halfway up the fairway. Probably going to have to play an upshot.
Keegan's going to go with what I throw on this hole. Nice little forehand.
Showing you it's the play.
It's going to work out great.
Jason's lining up what looks like a backhand, a little gentle turnover, probably a mid-range. A little too low, but not a bad shot. And James just laying it up nicely there. Jason's should be running this. It's hard to not have the roll away in the back of your head, though.
There we go.
Great putt. Some nice drives on this hole.
Yes. Josh here.
Looking to jam the blue putter in, but just leaks it out on the right side. A little high. Keeghan with that phenomenal forehand shot should have a pretty easy two-putt here.
Yep. Good bird there, Keeghan.
Yep. Well played hole. And the rest of our guys are just going to tap in their threes here. 2 birds is not bad on this hole.
Not bad. Definitely want to try to get your birdie on this one, though.
Yep. That brings us into hole 3. In my opinion, probably the toughest hole out here. It's coming in at about 600 feet. You've got just a long tunnel for about 350 feet until you get out into the open, and then the upshot is not that simple. You've got a pretty decent sized tree right in front of the basket that just wants to grab your disc.
Yeah, not an easy hole to stay in the middle on. You have rows of trees down both sides.
And I think there's even a Mando right too, which Keeghan is short of, so he's still got to play with that in mind. Really, if I get halfway through the woods on this, I'm pretty happy. But I've seen a couple of guys just crush it all the way out.
Yes,
and I
me
mean
too.
that's like 400 feet, 450 feet of power. This one looks like it's leaking a little bit to the right, and looked like it just dropped straight down there. Hopefully Josh can show us how you start this hole off. Big turnover.
I believe
We're calling that a roller.
Calling that
We're
a
gonna
roller.
call that a roller. Kind of got up by that banner there. Might make for a little bit of a weird shot. James? This looks good. This looks great. Oh. A little bit of a tree to contend with in the way there, but I'm sure James is going to be able to make that work. And I think this is going to be Jason throwing. Nearly gets out of the woods there. Going to be tough to salvage the par. And we've seen the backhand roller multiple times out of them, but we haven't seen the forehand roller, and I think we're going to get to right here. Caught an early tree. Put a good move on it. James pinched up tight against this tree. Looks like he's going to try and work an overhand. Watch your hand. Oh, well played.
Definitely a good shot from there.
Yeah, certainly. A little left, but from
Maybe a long putt.
Bit of a bonus hole in my opinion.
Jason puts one up there.
Well done, sir.
And parks it.
Slid right up the hill. I believe that's going to be to save his par after the early right kick. And this is going to be Josh's third shot after that forehand roller. Hanging it out a little wide right. Should get a nice little leftward skip. Got a chance to save that par. And Keegan's up shot here. Looks to be a little short. Probably going to have to play under those branches.
Yeah, that's a tough spot to be there.
Yeah, I would certainly be laying up from this. There's no real run.
Very low ceiling. Yeah.
And that's kind of what he thought too. Yeah, the branches are so thick. There's maybe a hole or two, but you've got to be in the perfect spot to have that long chance.
Yeah. Looks like James was not open there either. So he had to lay up.
Oh.
Oh no.
Not how you want to end
Keeghan
that.
a little high there.
Plenty of golf to go though.
Josh can finish with his par there.
Yeah. Wraps it up with a 4 under. Keegan's going to finish at 3 under as well after a double bogey. And James, I know, is tapping in his par here after laying up. He's going to finish with a 7 under. And I believe Jason is going to do the same. Actually, no, Jason is getting a birdie here, isn't he? No, that was a par.
Yeah.
Excuse me. They're going to both finish at 7 under. And that's going to do it for round 1 feature card here. Thank you all for watching. It was a whole lot of fun. Kevin, had a good time with you.
Thanks for having me, Dylan.
Yeah, definitely. Make sure you check out round 2 once we get it up. Have a good night, people.
Peace.